Hello, my name is Leo. I decided to do my interview on Iggy, known as Iggy, full name Ignacio Scanone. He is a mixing engineer, sound engineer, and recording engineer. I've done a couple projects with Ignacio, or also known as Iggy. He is, I believe, signed. Can't think of the name of the label, but I know that he has done recordings for Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, and has also recorded for artists such as Tate McRae, Billie Eilish, and a couple more names that I can't think of at the top of my head. Things we talked about during this interview, topics and tasks and environments and tips that he gave me was a lot, and it actually helped me to think about more deep of a depth into my career than I was thinking before. Such as daily job tasks, he gave me a lot of tips, such as a lot of client interfacing stuff. Make sure to find new clients, looking to advance relationships with clients. He sells mixes, productions on a daily day, records, just sets up equipment every day. I think that's just part of his daily job tasks. As far as environment, he wanted to explain that he wanted to create a creative space, a nice working environment, and have everything set up for ideas. So having your equipment set up at a great time, having everything set up at once gives you the opportunity and the capability to perform an idea that comes to the top of your head quickly and fast so that you don't lose that idea. Instead of thinking of the idea and then having to set up all your equipment, and by the time you're done, you lose the idea. Always keep a steady pace in the environment when you're working with a client or working with another artist. And yeah, just the small things when you're working, you can, make the room look good, set up nice decorations for an aesthetic vibe to create a nice steady pacing working environment. For how to succeed in this job and this career that I'm pursuing, he gave me some also great tips. One is getting good and fast at your craft and your producing skills and recording, because being fast and being able to get your work done quick, it's gonna attract a lot more clients, because nobody wants to be in a studio for hours while the producer's trying to figure out how to work or how to figure out a mix or an EQ or a compressor. It's good to know your stuff and be good and fast and consistent at it. He also said to learn my DAW as quickly as possible. Be consistent, not only quick. Be consistent with your work and good. Put in the time, the effort. Draw back your customers. Always have a good positive attitude so that your customers come back. And never be a producer or someone that your client is waiting on. Always have your stuff done, have it there. Be sending and communicating with your client. Never have your client waiting on you. And yeah, something that was surprising to me was his path and the way he took his path and the way he learned things, because he learned things in a different way than a normal producer would. He chose a different route. He learned things completely backwards than what they teach us in school. I mean, usually you start off with producing first and then mixing and then recording, but he did it all backwards. That's something that I found really surprising and really interesting. So overall, I thought the interview went well. I thought he gave me a lot of feedback and a lot of information that I found very useful and I can find very useful in the future. gives me a better view and a better depth, as I said, of my job and my career that I'm trying to pursue. Um, yeah, he just gave a great positive, great fluent answers, and it was a great interview. My view of this career is the same, I feel like, as his. You just have to put in the work and you have to be willing to do this, and it's a hard career and it's a hard path, and one in a million make it, and sometimes you have to choose a different route if you don't, and to maintain a job and to maintain getting money. But it's all about the time and the effort and what you want. And if you really want it, you're going to put the time and you're going to put the effort in to learn and perfect your craft. So he thought the same way, and I think the same way about this career and this career path. So I think that I have learned from experiences, and I'm excited to learn from more in the future. So yeah, overall it was a great interview, and I thank Iggy again and Ignacio for taking his time out of the day to conduct this interview with me.